G'day, Rod here. I wanted to record a video for you and talk about how do you create success, how do you get results. Here in this community, the Profit Flows community, as you know, we're all about helping you to attract more clients and to make more money, right, in your business. Increase your, sorry, just turn that off, increase your profit flows in your business. And some people will take this information and they'll go on and become very successful with it, and others will watch all the videos and not make any progress. They won't advance their situation. And I've been at this business now for 20 years. The last 12 years, I've been building my online art teaching business. And previous to that, I was in a marketing consultancy business, and now I've just recently launched Profit Flows to be able to help other people who want to make a difference in the world, right? Who are, you're an expert or you're a coach, consultant, teacher, and you have something of value to share and help other people, right? And so I've started Profit Flows because the more people like you that I can help, the more people you will go out and help, and it'll create a ripple effect in the world and make the world a better place, right? So, throughout my 20-year journey, when I was a business consultant, marketing consultant 15 years ago, and even through my, teaching of art and helping other artists, I've observed something really interesting. And that is, some people get results and some people don't, even with the same information, right? A couple of reasons for that. The first one is your own thinking. It's, what goes on in your own mind, your beliefs, your worldview, right? So you'll hear us talk a lot here in the Profit Flows community about improving your worldview, improving your mindset, taking your understanding that there's an absolute abundance in the world of opportunity, and it's the greatest time in history, right? This is my mindset, the way I think. There's never been a better time than right now to do what we do, right? The technology is so incredible. Our ability to be able to reach around the world and attract customers to us has never existed before in the history of the planet, except for the last, 10 years or so. So this is the greatest time ever. And if you're holding back, waiting for something, then you're missing a massive opportunity, right? So mindset. So that was just my worldview, right? The way I see the world right now, my beliefs. I believe in possibility, and I believe in building something for the future. And especially as a business builder, right? How do we build something for the future? So mindset's one of the big differentiators between why some people go on and become successful and others with exposure to the same information, they go, oh, I've heard all that before, or oh, that'll never work. It might work for you, but it won't work for me, right? So it's our way of thinking. So the first thing we've got to do is really start to work on our mindset. So you'll see that in this community, we're going to talk a lot about that. A lot of the sessions I'll do might seem like high level, sort of conceptual mindset, philosophy, metaphysical type training. But that's where it's at, right? That you've got to get that part right first. If you hate sales and marketing, you're not going to build a successful business. You've got to learn to embrace it, right? You've got to learn to see marketing and sales as a way of you connecting with another person who you can change their life because you're a great coach, or you've got some expertise that they need assistance to help them solve a problem, right? So you've got to see sales and marketing as being the conduit to you having a greater impact in the world, right? That's the attitude you got to have. But if your attitude is, oh, everyone who does sales and marketing, they're crooks or whatever, right? Then that's going to hold you back from being successful. And you should reevaluate whether you should be in business or not, right? Now, if you have an issue with sales and marketing, you need to go to work on that. Biggest probably reason why people do is because they've tried a little bit of sales, tried a little bit of marketing, they didn't feel comfortable, they didn't get results, and therefore they give up on it, right? But please don't do that. You need to learn the knowledge and the skills, and you need to get help, right? So the first thing is mindset and the way we think and the way we see things. We need to work on that. The second reason why some people go on and they create great success, but a lot of people don't, is because the ones that create success, they just get themselves into action, right? They don't just watch training videos and make notes, right? What they do is they take some of the information that they've learned and they take massive action on implementation It's execution, not ideas, that'll help you get results. So you need to be an action taker, right? So we're going to talk about some productivity tools that I use and some systems that I use for getting myself into being an action taker, right? And actually implementing. And if you start implementing on a massive scale, then you will get better results than the person who just accumulates a lot of knowledge in their head but never puts any runs on the board, right? So execution, implementation, taking action is the second reason why some people get great results and some people don't. The third reason is, we're going to give you a lot of access to training here. A lot of it will be free within the community. There'll be a lot of conversation threads, and you're going to learn a lot, right? But there's different types of knowledge. There's knowledge that we learn that's intellectual, and then there's what we call experiential knowledge, right? So, in painting, there's, let's say, color mixing. I've got a whole course on color mixing for my students, right? I teach them all about how to mix different colors. And people watch that and they get an intellectual understanding, right? But experiential knowledge happens only when you actually start to implement what you've just learned and you start mixing paint. And then you realize that there's a gap between what you know and your ability to be able to actually utilize what you know, the experience of it, right? And so we need to help you get experiential knowledge. And the best way I've found to do that, right? Because even I have gaps, like with painting. What I've found is I've found two. I've had a number of mentors over the years who were great artists. Two of them died. And in recent times, I found two more. One who's the best landscape artist in Australia, and the other one is one of the world's greatest impressionist artists. And I've become friends with them, and they've mentored me and they've helped me in a much more intimate way, right? Much more personal contact with them than what I could have got through watching their DVDs or reading their books. So there's intellectual knowledge, but then there's where the rubber really meets the road is experiential knowledge. So one thing I'd suggest is if you're serious about building your business, come and ask us for help, and the way to start that is just by scheduling one of our strategy session calls. They're complimentary. We'll have a look at what you're doing. We'll give you a few ideas on how to move forward. And if we feel like we're a good fit for each other, I can tell you about ways that we can help you come in and actually work with you in your business and help you grow. But you need a mentor. You need somebody who actually has the real world experience to help you bridge that knowledge gap from intellectual knowledge to experiential knowledge, right? So there are three ways that you can actually start to get results and put yourself into that smaller percentage of people who will go through all this information, right? And some will go on and create success and some won't. And I want you to be one of the people who do go out and create success. So follow those three things, right? And remember, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. If you've never made any money online and you've just started a business and you're hoping that this program is going to help you make $10,000 next week, right? It may, but chances are good that it's going to take time. I've never been able to get massive results from starting at zero and get overnight results. I've just been consistently building my business over months, weeks, months, and years, right? You need a long-term view. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And if you take a marathon approach to it and have longer-term visions and expectations, and you remain consistent in doing the work and building your business, then you will reach a tipping point where all of a sudden your business accelerates at a massive rate. And then you have a greater impact in the world. So anyway, I'll leave you with those thoughts. Make sure you become one of those people who go on and create success from this information. Cheers.